that specific night.
Yeah.
It wasn't one person that was crying, my bro.
Yeah, but everyone was crying.
Everybody was crying.
But there was mensen sitting on the floor crying, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Really, bro.
But that is the realness, man.
Yeah.
That we're creating it, that we would like to create.
True.
And to the people that is watching, that is what is supposed to be.
Yeah.
People uplifting you,
Yeah.
regardless of people seeing your weak points. Not kicking you down while you're still down,
Yeah.
but actually giving a hand
True.
and saying, come, let me help you up.
Yeah, even with the olive branch, you know, there's an extension, yo.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but it was something, you know,
Exactly.
some assistance in it. Alright, cool, that's it. Then we go about.
Like, think of it this way, man. We don't like the fact that people break into houses and they steal, no? But now you're gonna see that person who broke into your house, you're gonna see his lighting for the shop later on, no? And his light is angry. And you're not gonna break the poverty mindset that is teaching his lighting by buying his lighting food or something. Like, you're still gonna be like, hey, fuck you, it's not my problem, you're not my child. But now when your kids grow up, they're the same age, for argument's sake, now your kids grow up and they have to live with a generation of broken adults. Where you did your best to make sure that they are well equipped mentally, physically and financially for this world. They now have to go up against that mess.
That nonsense.
Whereas you had the opportunity to either rehab or either reform or either just inspire that lady to want to be better.
Yeah.
That's all that it is. But at the one time I was walking, where was I walking? I think it was here somewhere in Bridgetown. No, it was in Silvertown. And I'm walking through Bongo Crescent and one of the small, like yo bruh, I was high school when matric last day, like actually there visiting for the day and stuff. I walked past, I just happened to pass through and there's one lady that stayed there on the corner, look opposite Jordan Jansen. He just ran up, he was like, Jordan. I was like, what the fuck? I don't remember you. You know, but it just shows the impact that
you make.
You know, you make an impression in people's lives, man. So that's why I say be aware of what you do and how you do it, because you know, like you say, it's not just the value that people bring, it's the value you put in other people's lives.
Exactly.
Whether you know it or not, you do that. You do.
I was sharing with Mingo also. One night, myself and Candice went to, I think it was, it was Grand West, or Canal, and we were in Wonderland, and I said to Mingo, Canalo. We were standing waiting for tokens, making tokens, and I feel this pat on my shoulder, and I'm like, and this is what he's saying, you don't know the impact that you're making. And the person taps me, and I'm like, yes, sorry, can I help you? So the person like, I couldn't believe it was you. I thought this much. I told my husband it is you. And I'm like, clueless. And Candice is looking at me like, what the hell? I didn't know. And I'm like, I look, and she said to me this words. You don't know the impact that you're making. I've been watching you live on Facebook.
Crazy.
Right? We leave. Candice looks at me and Candice is like, who's that? I'm like,
you stole that.
I don't know. But it just told me, and like I told you guys back then also,
doing something right there.
Make an impact. And that is my message also to the people that's watching. Rather make an impact, a positive impact, man.
Yeah.
Because I always tell the guys,
because that's realistic.
Yes.
That can be measured.
Yes.
Even though it can't be measured beyond, but it can still be measured.
It can
like,
be measured.
I changed that life, you know.
Yes.
Now that person changing somebody else's life.
And then
you can, even though you don't have to tell everybody you did that.
Yes.
You can still look back and like, yo, I'm actually a grandpa, technically.
Yes.
Because that's like my son. You know, I raised that person raised me good.
True.
So those are actually my babies, my grandbabies. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel with a lot of stuff, bro, like
and
just paving the way forward. It's a small thing, but it's actually a big thing for somebody else.
I shared with somebody in this week also. I said, I don't want to be a millionaire. They asked me why. I said, when I walked down the street and that one person tells me, yo, you've changed my life. Yo, you guys made that track.
That means everything.
That
means everything.
Hands down, bro. I feel like a millionaire.
Because you can't get that feeling back.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Money can't even
love
get that feeling. You can't.
Because you can't put even a price on that. Because somebody else would definitely give the arm and the leg to have a moment like that. Like, you know how many artists fake it till they make it?
Yes.
That would literally kill
for that
on
moment.
Camera. Keep saying, tell them I made an impact in your life.
Howdy, man!